Hello everybody, my name is Christian and welcome back to Christian's Weather and Forecasting. Tomorrow the name change and everything with the channel that is being changed will happen, so be expecting for that. As well as that, we do have a possible severe weather outbreak on the way that is imminent, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, the National Weather Service has issued a slight risk through portions of Missouri, Iowa, down into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and even portions of Kentucky. This is mainly a wind and hail-driven threat. Going to be a 2% tornado threat, so it does have a possibility for a little spin-up tornado every now and then. Wind 5% stretching through all the way out through every one of the marginal risks, and then a hail risk once again stretching through that marginal risk. But where we do have that slight risk, we do have that 15% hail. This is going to be a mainly driven hail threat. Once again, wind and hail, although once again, a tornado threat cannot be ruled out. A few storms may produce large hail later this afternoon into tonight from northern Missouri into central Illinois and Indiana. Isolated large hail and wind damage may also occur this afternoon for this southern West Virginia and south central Virginia. You can pause to read the hypnosis. Day 2, on the other hand, is when things start getting very, very interesting. We do have an enhanced risk of severe weather stretching through Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, and up into portions of Indiana. A slight risk stretching even further down through Texas and into portions of Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. And then a marginal risk stretching even further all the way over into the portions of the Virginias. So this is going to be a widespread event, possibly even an outbreak. If it does try to get like that. Mainly not going to be much of a tornado threat, although we do have that 5% there. I know Broyles earlier did have a 10% hatched risk, but was immediately removed by the next risk. So this is not going to be much of a tornado threat, although tornadoes will be possible and probably will happen. This is going to be mainly a wind and hail threat. We do have that 30% wind, 15% where we're seeing that slight, and then marginal there is that 5%. We'll have a possibility of wind gusts of 50 knots or higher. That hail threat, once again, more of a hail-driven threat. You do have that 30% significance with a 1 inch in diameter or possible within the any point of this. And with the hatched, we have a greater probability of 2 inch in hail or larger with this area that we're seeing. Severe weather is expected to occur over a broad region from the southern plains to Ozarks, portions of the Ohio Valley, and into a small part of the mid-Atlantic. Large to very large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes are possible. The severe threat will peak afternoon/evening hours into the southern plains, with the greatest threat for the Ohio Valley vicinity being the evening/overnight period. Due to the actual severity and the widespreadness of this event, the hypnosis is huge, so I will scroll through it and you can pause to read the video if you like. Now, for many people, Tuesday is what is looking the most interesting. We do have that enhanced risk stretching through portions of Maine Central over into eastern Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, and into West Virginia. A slight risk stretching from all the way down into the Mississippi Valley up into some portions of like Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland. And then that marginal risk stretching all the way down into portions of Florida and all the way up into Pennsylvania, portions of even the New Jersey area. This is once again going to be that more of that widespread event where that storms from this general area is just going to be continuing to shift over, and more rounds of those will just be continuing to form. Due to the warm sector, the Cape levels, all of that good stuff, the area right here where we're seeing this enhanced risk could possibly be upgraded, and I would not surprise to see some upgraded tornado threat, at least to 10% hatched, maybe even more, and a moderate risk to be issued. Not saying that will happen, so do not take my word for that, but I would not be surprised if that does wind up happening. A severe threat is expected on Tuesday from the Ohio and Tennessee valleys eastward into the mid-Atlantic and southward into the central Gulf Coast states. Wind damage and isolated large hail will be possible across the broad area. The tornado threat is expected to be greatest from central Kentucky east northward into West Virginia. So once again, even the summary here saying that there is a possibility of there to be a greater tornado threat. Once again, central Kentucky into West Virginia. Wind damage and isolated large hail will be possible across this whole broad area here, with that probabilistic being 30% through the enhanced, 15 through the slight, and 5 through the marginal. You can pause to read the hypnosis if you like. this is not as big as the other one. Now, I did pull this from my phone. It is a video recording I got from my phone. It is the STP, or the Significant Tornado Parameter. And if we kind of move it through the afternoon, April 2nd, into the evening hours where we're seeing that threat, you can see that STP will grow absolutely drastically towards portions of central Kentucky and even into portions of Ohio. You can see some of these areas of it are all the way at the max portion of the Richter scale. So once again, it is still just a little bit too far out to tell for some of the models to be 100% exact, but from what most of everything is seeing, we could see somewhat of a larger scale event, maybe even an outbreak as we move through to Tuesday. Now, where we are seeing a good amount of this outbreak happen, we do have a flood watch in effect. This is through portions of central eastern Kentucky, up into Indiana, Ohio, and into West Virginia, even into portions of oh my gosh, into Pennsylvania. This should be reissued in the next little bit, but the area of this flash flooding called by excessive rainfall from Monday afternoon into Tuesday evening. Excessive runoff may result in flooding rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying pro areas. So the wind, the hail, the tornadoes still being a threat, and once again, you still have to worry about where all that excessive rainfall is coming through for some flooding concerns. So it's going to be somewhat of a big event with all those factors coming into play. Some severe storms have started sparking up here with the possibility of there to be a tornado, about 2-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Now, as we move into the overnight hours, we will have this slight risk of severe weather right here as these storms kind of move through the Illinois, Indiana, Ohio area. Those will eventually move off till 6 a.m., cause somewhat of a rain event over to the East Coast. But we are going to be focusing back down here towards the left side of the screen. Of course, we'll still have some showers up here in portions of Illinois, Indiana. Those aren't expected to be too severe. Our area down here, though, towards Oklahoma, Texas, is what we're looking at for the start of these severe storms. About 8 in the afternoon, those will start moving through the Oklahoma City area towards portions of Texas, and this will continue to move throughout the next little bit into the morning hours. The area of Kentucky will be moving into the second area. These will kind of be just broken showers. A little bit of them could be severe, as we're seeing a couple of them kind of move through. But as we move into 11 a.m., 12 a.m., that'll mainly be clear, and we will have a second squall line of storms back towards 5, 6 in the afternoon, and that will be that main severe threat to bring a possibility with that tornado, that frontline wind, that hail threat, and that will continue through into 8, 9, 10 p.m. as it continues to move through the rest of that tornado threat. Once again, with this threat, wind, large hail, tornadoes, and flooding is going to be your main concerns. So besides that, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys do have a way to receive alerts. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day and happy Easter.